Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have some Cardano breaking news. So everybody looking to start their weekend off on a high note. This is one that's not going to necessarily be revealing that Cardano has went 10x or 100x. We're not going to get that crazy moonshot within this headline. But I do think that this is something that does move the needle, okay? And this is where we look into Amazon, one of the giants here in the tech space. And for all things considered, a huge step forward for Cardano in the form of decentralization, okay? So I'm going to break that all down for you all. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here and don't know me, my name's Mark. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so now. And also smash that like button, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And I do have an X page if you guys want to follow me. But we are going to look into what's happening right now within Cardano. And you're going to have to kind of bear with me. My internet's kind of lagging as we currently are recording. But it is what it is, and we'll get down to the bottom of the news. So maybe just come back to it. But right now, the headline that I wanted to bring to your attention is that Cardano passed the AWS decentralization test, okay? Experts out there in the space predicting massive Cardano breakout, right? Heard that time and time again, but nonetheless, we are going to talk about it. We're going to cover the news, and if it does remain relevant to what we're seeing here with the price action, 61 cents for ADA. It's essentially flat, 0.2%. We have traded in that band, right? 60 to 80 cents, okay? This has been dating back months and months and months. We have seen this kind of sideways movement. And for all things considered, I'll take it, right? Because nothing that could happen right now in the crypto space would make me sell my ADA. If Cardano hits $1, I mean, are you selling Cardano if it hits $1? Maybe percentage based, but still, it's nothing where if you do have that 2030 mindset that I share with Charles Hoskinson and company, that's kind of where, you know, it's just a blip in the radar at $1, okay? For me, we have to get way, way closer or at least past all-time highs. I've always had that expectation and belief that Cardano would one day be a $9 to $12 crypto. Still firmly believe that, and I understand the argument to be made against Cardano is, oh, it's fine, great and dandy, outstanding scientific tech. We love Cardano, we love Hoskinson, right? The Ethereum Slayer, all that good stuff that we talk about, and it gets all that attention. But what it comes down to is, simply put, I think that a lot of people have been turned off in the intermediate term, like last 1 to 3 years within Cardano, based on the sole premise that there's better gains to be had than just putting a huge chunk of your capital and tying it up with Cardano for the long haul, okay? It's just not flashy. It's not moving the needle. And, you know, for all things considered, it's a pretty stable asset in my personal opinion. But this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy or sell crypto. Please do all your research and due diligence. But this is the big headline right now, okay? Cardano's price breakout is kind of under the condition right now that Cardano passed the AWS decentralization test, okay? This headline coming down from Cardano and documented on the Cardano feed that confirms the structure has met the decentralization benchmarks used in cloud testing infrastructure on the Amazon Web Services, okay? So aspiration for real decentralization, but also the promise that Cardano has fulfilled, that was the center of its history and lifespan dating back to the Shelley era, way back when in 2020. Okay, so this is kind of where you look into the independent nodes being run, the thousands of nodes that no one entity has excessive power over the consensus mechanism in the network. Okay, so this is a collaboration between IOHK, Emergo, combining their efforts, and this is where we have had that AWS validation by a lot of blockchain experts. And this is something where not only Cardano will try to build from this, but also this is kind of where we get into the institutional front as well. Now, like I said, this is not a headline, massive breakout because of AWS headline, okay? This is essentially just like a step in your career, okay? You just had that notch on the belt. It's a resume builder, okay? It's another stepping stone along their roadmap and vision to get to where we're going to. And this will allow a lot of, I guess you would say, acceptance in a lot of certain circles for people out there to confirm that Cardano is the one that they believe in, and it validates kind of their stance. And that's kind of what we want. We don't want selling pressure. We don't want the opposite of FOMO in the wrong direction, right? We want what we're seeing right now, just more things to validate that maybe Cardano is the right investment for me. So I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to feel subject to the selling pressure, the sell walls, and just basically all of that ensues from that. Okay. Yes, it's not enough from a retail standpoint to move the needle, but it does give people a glimmer of hope that if they've been holding on to what you would call a ghost chain, zombie chain, whatever people like to dub Cardano these days, I don't know why they do it, but nonetheless, it just does give you that feel good, I'm in the right spot, okay? And, you know, take it for what it's worth, but I do enjoy these headlines because if you're just staring there watching the charts and you're holding on to an asset without any really short-term, intermediate-term trading that you're trying to make a move in a swing trade, it's essentially worthless, okay? Because Cardano, this is going to take a while, guys. This is not going to be an overnight celebrity like we see with a lot of cryptos that just find their way in the top 100 overnight, okay? But if we continue to gain momentum, I think this is where we could see Cardano hitting back close to a dollar. This is something where the institutional interest and the AWS announcement that we have kind of highlighted, I think that's kind of what we have to go off of to take Cardano to the next step. For me personally, as we do look into the, you know, the Voltaire stage and more so, not just decentralization, because we've talked about Hoskinson and, you know, the true governance, and that's always been kind of a FUD point that he has just too many of his hands into the ring. And for me and what I'm doing, this is just another stepping stone. Like I said, I think that Cardano has the tech to do it. They just need to get the attention. And that's going to come, in my opinion, from things like this, headlines like this, that will drive institutional interest. Institutional interest moves the charts. Chart starts moving. Cardano starts getting FOMO'd in by retail, chain reaction. Next thing you know, we're seeing prices back again above $1. Okay, that's just how I view it. That's my take. It's not financial advice, but I want to just kind of reiterate my stance. Cardano for me has always been a 2030 investment. I still keep an allocation that is a very substantial amount because I do believe in it. Okay, and that was honestly the first major crypto purchase that I made when I started trading crypto way back when, and I continue to hold on to it. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes that's the best you can do, but trust in the process. That's my kind of mantra. You know, we've cheated, as they like to say, quite a bit here in the crypto space. And I actually did it with Cardano, and it's one of my biggest regrets that I ever did. But still, I do think that the road ahead is promising. For me, it's always been the Bitcoin bridge and that DeFi layer that I do kind of favor. I want to see how that plays out. I'm not really a big fan of ETFs, but still, we're going to talk about them. I'm going to cover them here on the channel. Okay, but this is where Cardano, AWS, that acknowledgement, okay, this is a huge stepping stone because now I think it firmly puts their name into the ring with the likes of Solana, Ethereum, and a lot of the other top layer ones out there that have essentially overtook Cardano in market cap. I think a lot of traders out there and crypto people alike, they forget that Cardano was a top 3 crypto. They were third in market cap for a significant amount of time, okay? So don't lose track of that. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the weekend. That's my kind of, I guess you would say, my rant on Cardano this morning. Thank you for all that stuck around to the end of this video. If you haven't, please like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.